You know me well, and herein spend but time to wind about my love with circumstance. And out of doubt, you do me now more wrong in making question of my uttermost, than if you had made waste of all I have.
In Belmont is a lady, richly left, and she is fair. Fairer than the word of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. Her name is Portia. Nothing compared to Brutus's daughter, Cato's Portia. Nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. For the foe winds blowing from every coast renown its suitors. And her sunny locks hang on her temple like a golden fleece. Oh, my Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them. I have in mind questions me such trip that I should questionless be fortunate.
Thou knowest that all my fortunes are at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity to raise the present sum. Therefore go forth, try what my credit can in Venice do, that shall be racked even to the uttermost, to furnish thee to Belmont, to fair Portia. Go presently inquire, and so will I, where money is. And I no question make to have it of my trust, or for my sake.
Certainly my conscience will serve me to run from this Jew, my master. The most courageous fiend bids me back. Where? Says the fiend. Away, says the fiend. For the heavens rouse up a brave mind, says the fiend, and run. My conscience hanging about the neck of my heart says very wisely to me, Launcelot, budge not! Budge, says the fiend. Budge not, says my conscience. Conscience, say I, you counsel well. Fiend, say I, you counsel well. To be ruled by my conscience, I should stay with the Jew, my master. God bless the mark, it's a kind of devil. To run away from the Jew, I should be ruled by the fiend, who, saving your reverence, is the devil himself. Certainly the fiend gives more friendly counsel. I will run.
Save you, friend Cassio.
Make you from home. How's it with you, our most fair Bianca? In faith, sweet love, I was coming to your house.
And I was coming to your lodging, Cassio. What? Keep a week away? 7 days and nights? 8 hours. And lovers is absent hours. More tedious than the dial 8 times. Oh, weary reckoning.
Pardon me, Bianca. I have this while with leaden thoughts been pressed. But I shall, in a more continuate time, strike off this score of absence. Sweet Bianca, take me this work up.
Oh, Cassio, whence came this? This is some token from a newer friend. To the fat absence, now I feel a cause. Is it come to this? Well.
Go to, woman, throw your vile guesses in the devil's teeth from whence you have them. You are jealous now.
And who's he that says that I play the villain? When this advice I give is free and honest, probable to thinking, and indeed the course to win the more again. It is most easy, the inclining Desdemona to subdue in any honest suit. She's famed as fruitful as the free elements, and were it for her to win the more, were it to renounce his baptism, all seals and symbols of redeemed sin, his soul is so infettered to her love that she may make, unmake, do what she list, even as her appetite shall play the god to his weak function. Am I then a villain to counsel Cassio to this parallel course directly to his good? Divinity of hell. When devils will their blackest sins put on, they do at first suggest with heavenly shows, as I do now. For whilst this honest fool plies Cassio to repair his fortunes, and she pleads for him strongly to the more, I'll pour this pestilence into his ear, that she repeals him for her body's lust, and by how much she strives to do him good, she shall undo her credit with the more. Thus will I turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that shall enmesh them all.
Presenting the School of Law, Christ University, Shakespeare and Dramas. The Merchant of Venice in 2012, featuring Ansaf A.R., Andrew Chakravarti, and Shashank Nair. Othello in 2013, starring Varun Sabharwal, Tasneem Khera, and Karthik Dhanraj. The following year, 2014, the School of Law produced Hamlet. Many of the cast members included in that production are in this year's law school production, King Lear. Adapted to the 20th century, the play clearly demonstrates the intense Shakespearean dramas, the intensity of his words, and the timelessness in everything that he does. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is 2015 law school production, King Lear. Thought the king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall.
It did always seem so to us. But now, in the division of the kingdom, it appears not.
Is not this your son, my lord?
His breeding, sir, hath been at my charge. I have so often blushed to acknowledge him that now I am braced to it.
I cannot conceive you.
Sir, this young fellow's mother could. Whereupon she grew round-wombed and had indeed, sir, a son for her cradle. She had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault, sir?
I cannot wish the fault undone. The issue of it being so proper.
Yet was his mother fair? There was good sport at his making, and the horseon must be acknowledged. Do you know this noble gentleman, Edmund?
No, my lord.
My lord of Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honorable friend.
My services to your lordship.
I must love you and sue to know you better.
Sir, I shall study deserving.
He hath been out 9 years, and away he shall... the king is coming.
attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
I shall, my liege.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. Kent, give me the map there. Know that we have divided in three our kingdom. Our son of Cornwall, and you are no less loving son of Albany. We have this our constant will to publish our daughters. Several dowers that future strife may be prevented now. The Princes France and Burgundy, great rivals in our youngest daughter's love, long in our court have made their amorous sojourn. Now, tell me, my daughters, since now we will divest us both of rule, interest of territory, cares of state, which of you shall we say doth love us most? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can rule the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare, no less than life, as much as child ever loved or father found, beyond all manner of so much, I love you.
What shall Cordelia do? Love and be silent?
We make thee lady to thine and Albany's issue be this perpetual. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife to Cornwall? Speak.
Sir, I am made of the selfsame metal that my sister is, and prize me at her worth. In my true heart I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short.
Then poor Cordelia, and yet not so, since I'm sure my love's more richer than my tongue.
To thee and thine hereditary ever remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure than that conferred on Goneril. Now our joy. Although the last, not least, to whose young love the wines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be interest. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love you, Majesty, according to my bond, no more, no less.
How, Cordelia? Mend your speech a little, lest it may mar your fortune.
Good, my lord! You have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as our right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Haply, when I shall wed, the Lord whose hands must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sisters to love my father.
But goes thy heart with this?
Aye, good my lord.
So young and so untender.
So young, my lord, and so true.
Let it be so. thy truth then be thy dower. For by the sacred radiance of the sun, here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity, and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever as thou my sometime daughter.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent. Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her the most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery, and then avoid my sight. Call France, call Burgundy, Cornwall, and Albany, with my 2 daughters dowers digest this. Third, let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. We still retain the name and all the additions to a king. The sway, revenue, execution of the rest. Loved sons, be yours.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master followed, as my great patron thought on in my prayers.
The bow is bent and drawn, make from the shaft.
Let it fall rather, than the folk invade the region of my heart. Be Kent unmannerly when Lear's mad. Reverse thy doom and check this hideous rashness. Thy youngest daughter does not love thee least, nor are those empty-hearted whose low sound reverbs no hollowness.
Kent, on thy life no more.
My life I never held but as a pawn, to wait against thy enemies, nor fear to lose it. Thy safety be
Out of my sight!
See better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
Now by Apollo.
Now by Apollo, king, thou swearest thy gods in vain.
Oh, vassal, miscreant.
Dear sir, forbear, sir.
Do kill thy physician, and the fee bestow upon thy foul disease. Revoke thy doom, and while second men clamor from my throat, I'll tell thee thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant, on thine allegiance, hear me. Since thou hast sought to make us break our vow, which we doth never yet, and with strained pride to come between our sentence and our power, which no our nature, no our place can bear, our potency made good, take thy reward. Away by Jupiter, this shall not be revoked.
Fare thee well, king. Sit thus thou wilt appear. Freedom lives hence, and banishment is here. And the gods to their kind shelter take thee, maid, that justly thinkest and hast most rightly said. And your large speeches may your deeds approve, and good effects may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu. He'll shape his old course in a country new.
Here's France and Burgundy, my noble lord.
My lord of Burgundy, we first address towards you, who with this king hath rival for our daughter. What in the least will you require in present dower with her, or cease your quest of love?
Royal sir, I crave no more than what you offered.
nor will you tender less.
Right, noble Burgundy. When she was dear to us, we did hold her so, but now her price is fallen. Sir, there she stands. If aught within that little seeming substance, or all of it with her displeasure appeased, and nothing more may fitly like your grace, she is there and she is yours.
I know no answer.
Will you with those infirmities she owes, unfriended, new adopted to our hate, dowered with our curse, and strangered with our oath, take her or leave her?
Pardon me, sir. Election makes not up on such occasions.
Then leave her, sir, for by the power that made me, I tell you all her wealth. For you, great king, I would not from your love make such a stray to match you where I hate. Therefore beseech you to avert your liking a more worthier way than on a wretch whom nature is ashamed almost to acknowledge hers.
This is most strange. That she, that even but now was your best object, should commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle so many folds of favor.
I yet beseech your majesty, if for I want a glib and holy art, to speak and purpose not. It is no vicious blot, murder, or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that had deprived me of your grace and favor.
Better thou hadst not been born, and not to have pleased me better.
My lord of Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Will you have her? She is herself a dowry.
Royal Lear, give but that portion which yourself proposed. And here, I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing. I have sworn, I am firm.
I am sorry then that you have so lost a father, that you must lose a husband.
Peace be with Burgundy, since that respect to fortune or his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, thou art most rich, being poor, most choice, forsaken, and most loved, despised. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Be it lawful, I take up what's cast away.
Thou hast a France. Let her be thine. For we have no such daughter, nor shall we see that face of us again. Therefore be gone without our grace, our love, our benison.
Bid farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father with washed eyes. Cordelia leaves you. I know you what you are. And like a sister, I'm most loath to call your faults as they're named. Oh, use well our father. So farewell to you both.
Prescribe not us our duties. Let your study be to content, O Lord, who hath received you at fortune's arms. You have obedience canted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted.
Time shall unfold what plaited cunning hides, who cover faulted, last shame them deride. Oh, well may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
Sister, it's not a little I have to say of what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight.
That's most certain. And with you. Next month, with us.
You see how full of changes his age is. The observation of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most. And with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off, appears too costly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age, yet he hath ever but slenderly known himself. Such inconstant starts are we like to have from him as this of Kent's banishment.
There's further compliment of leave-taking between France and him. Pray you, let's hit together. If our father carry authority with such dispositions as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Therefore should I stand in the plague of custom and let the curiosity of nations to deprive me. For that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of her brother. Why, bastard, wherefore base? And my dimensions are as well compact. My mind is generous, and my shape is true as honest madam's issue. Why brand they us with baseness, bastardy? Who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to the creating a whole tribe of fops, caught between asleep and awake? Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards!
Kent banished thus, and France and Gaul parted, and the king gone tonight. Subscribed his power, all this done. Edmund, what news?
So please your lordship, none.
What paper were you reading?
I know no news, my lord.
Why so earnestly seek you to put up that letter, Edmund?
Nothing, my lord.
No? What needed then that terrible dispatch of it into your pocket? The quality of nothing hath not such a need to hide itself.
I beseech you, sir. It is the letter from my brother that I have not all over read. And for so much as I have perused, I find it not fit for your overlooking.
Come, let's see. If it be nothing, I shall not need my spectacles.
I hope for my brother's justification. It is but an essay or taste of my virtue.
I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny, who sways not as it hath power, but as it is suffered. If our father would sleep till I waked him, you should half his revenue forever, and live the beloved of your brother, Edgar. Conspiracy! Beloved of your Edgar, sleep till I waked him. Oh, when came this to you? Who brought it?
It was not brought to me, my lord. There's the cunning of it. I found it thrown in at the casement of my closet.
You know the character to be your brother's.
If the matter were good, my lord, I durst swear it were his.
It is his.
It is at hand, my lord. But I hope his heart is not in the letter.
Hath he never heretofore sounded you in this business?
Never, my lord. Although I have heard him oft maintain it to be fit, that sons at perfect age and fathers declining, the father should be as ward to the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Oh, villain! Villain! Abhorred villain! Unnatural, brutish, detested villain! Worse than Brutus. Go, Sirrah, seek him. I'll apprehend him. Where is he?
If it shall please you to suspend your indignation against my brother till you can derive better testimony of his intent, you will run a certain course. Whereas, if you violently proceed against him, mistaking his purpose, you will break the heart of his obedience.
Think you so?
Yes, my lord. If it shall please you, I will place you where you shall hear us confer of this, and by an auricular assurance have your satisfaction, and that without any further delay, and this very evening.
He cannot be such a monster.
Nor is not. Sure.
To his own father, that so tenderly and entirely loves him. Heaven and earth. Seek him out, Edmund. Wind me into him. I would unstate myself to be in a due resolution.
I will, sir. Find means and acquaint you with all.
This son of mine comes under the prediction, as father against son. The king falls from bias of nature, as child against king. Seek him out, Edmund. It shall lose thee nothing.
This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the surfeit of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence, and all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whore-master man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. I am rough and lecherous. I should have been that I am had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Edgar. And back he comes, like the catastrophe of the old comedy. My cue is villainous melancholy. Oh, these eclipses do portend these divisions.
How now, Brother Edmund? What serious contemplation are you in?
I'm thinking, brother, of a prediction I read this other day. What should follow these eclipses?
Do you busy yourself about that?
I promise you. The effect he writes of succeed unhappily, as of unnaturalness between the child and parent. Needless diffidences, banishment of cohorts, nuptial breaches, and I know not what.
How long have you been a sectary astronomic?
Come. When saw you my father last?
Why, the night gone by?
Spake you with him?
Aye, was together.
Found you no displeasure in him by word or countenance?
None at all.
Bethink yourself wherein you may have offended him, and at my entreaty, forbear his presence till some little time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure.
Oh, Edmund, some villain hath done me wrong.
That's my fear. I pray you, have a continent forbearance till the spite of his rage goes slower, and at my entreaty, retire with me to my lodging, from whence I will fitly bring you to hear my lord speak. And if you do stir abroad, go armed.
Armed? Brother?
Brother, I am no honest man if there be any good meaning toward you. I have told you what I have seen and heard, but faintly. Nothing like the image and horror of it. Pray you, away!
Shall I hear from you or not?
I do serve you in this business. A credulous father and a brother noble, whose nature is so far from doing harms that he suspects none, on whose foolish honesty my practices ride easy. I see the business. Let me, if not by birth, have lands by wit. All with me's meet that I can fashion fit.
If but as well I other accents borrow, that can my speech diffuse my good intent my good intent may carry through itself to that full issue for which I raised my likeness. Now, banished Kent, if thou canst serve where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come. Thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labors.
Let me not stay a jot for dinner. Go, get it ready. How now? What art thou?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I do profess to be no less than I seem. To serve him that will put me in trust. To love him that is honest. To converse with him that is wise and says little. To fear judgment, to fight when I cannot choose, and to eat no fish.
What art thou?
A very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king.
If thou be as poor for a subject as he is for a king, thou art poor enough. What wouldst thou?
Service.
Who wouldst thou serve?
You.
Dost thou know me, fellow?
No, sir. But you have that in your countenance, which I would fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
What services canst thou do?
I can keep honest counsel, ride, fight, mar a curious tale in telling it. That which ordinary men are fit for, I am capable in. I can deliver a plain message bluntly, and the best of me is diligence.
How old art thou?
Not so young, sir, to love a woman for singing. Not so old to dote on her for anything. I have years on my back, 48.
Follow me, thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, I will not part from thee yet. Dinner, how? Dinner. Where's my knave? My fool. Go you and call my fool hither. Here is earnest of thy service.
Let me hire him too. Here's my coxcomb.
How now, my pretty knave? How dost thou?
Sirrah, you will mistake my coxcomb.
Why, fool?
Why? For taking one's part that's out of favor? Why, this fellow has banished 2 one's daughters and did the third a blessing against his will. How now, nuncle?
Why, my boy?
If I gave them all my living, I would keep my coxcombs myself. There's mine, beg another of thy daughters.
Take heed, sirrah the whip.
Truth's a dog, must to kennel, he must be whipped out. When Lady the Branch will stand by the fire and stink.
Ah,